Okay. Hi everyone. Um I'll try and make this one short tonight. I had 4 appointments today and I worked really hard in all of them and um so I'm super exhausted. Like that. Any word for fatigue, tired, all of that you can think of. I am that. Also my battery's low and I have a show tonight to watch. Uh, so, first of all, this thing, uh, I'm on the very last, I'm on the edging. I could finish that tonight, but I already know uh, with the way I feel physically, even though it should only take a few minutes, I don't want to make any mistakes or forget how to do it. And so that'll be the first thing finished in the morning. Um, the first thing is usually I think I've been reading the scripture at the end or somewhere, but I'm going to read it first. Um, so the scripture is 12:1 in the NIV. Pretty much they all said the same thing, but I just picked this one. Remember, or for those watching the first time, I do have speech issues, and with the fatigue the way it is right now, if words come out, even written words come out wrong, backwards, or I just don't know what they are, it's just the way things are. Um, Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. Um, I do have my the ice on one last time for tonight, and tomorrow I am going to spend all day just elevating and icing and that. I say that, but anyway, so why this verse? Let me explain today and why this verse was appropriate for today. On this afternoon, I had a post-op appointment with my primary care, and on the way there, well, before when I was waiting for my ride, I'm watching the squirrels and everything. It's like I don't have anything to talk about tonight, not even a little thing. Um, so maybe it was just a night to take a break. Well, on the way to uh, my PCP's office, um, I just said, God, if there's something, you're just gonna have to throw it at me because I don't know what it is. Um, I just can't see it. I'm missing it. Well, sometimes I think God just has a sense of humor, and on this particular day, He just went with what I said. Because I did say, just throw me something. So, and you can laugh because this is funny. This is hilarious, I think. Um, so we got to the doctor's office and I went and sat down and my ride checked me in and everything. That took a few minutes. There's quite a few people there. And I sat down and I had put my phone, the case, everything in the basket I have on my walker. And I'm not really sure what happened exactly, but the next thing I know, the phone is flying out of the basket and it hit hard right on my 12-day-old scar. Um, didn't see that coming. And let me tell you that my nerves are definitely like working. They are working well. They're still working from earlier today, from that happening. So basically, when I asked God to throw something at me, I didn't mean my phone. I didn't mean like on my scar. I didn't, you know, uh, but that's what happened. So I asked him to throw something at me, and he did because I wasn't very specific. And it actually, I was reaching for a mint. Uh, my anxiety was a little high, and so I do have peppermints to suck on to distract and get my mind to focus on something else. And so, um, but instead, the phone fell on me, and so the mint and the anxiety didn't even matter because the pain was a distraction. So how does this scripture uh play into that? So, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, well, there were witnesses, yes, there were many, who all watched and were all looking at me. And the woman next to me, with the look on her face of I don't even know what, just said, "That's a new scar." And I'm like, "Uh huh, yeah, yes, I know this." And she's like, "Ouch." I was like, "Uh huh, yeah." It's like, "Can I pick up your phone for you?" And it's like, "Uh huh, yes." And so we chatted for a little bit. And so, and it's not just that, it's like at every appointment today, God just brought strangers to me, and we chatted at PT this morning. Someone looked familiar to me, and so we ended up chatting. And then when the phone fell on me or whatever happened, that person and I chatted. And then later, when we were leaving the doctor's appointment, I was walking out and somebody was walking in, and she looked at my leg, my scar, and said, "Mine's in 8 days." And I said I was 12 days out. Then we talked about which doctor for a minute. And so I actually had, like, not just one witness to the events of today, but three of them, which I didn't even think about till just now. So, but let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles. Um, the phone can do that sometimes. I think we all know the phones can be a distraction at times. I'm trying to be off, not on it as much unless I'm filming something. Um, but I haven't figured out the phone part unless God was just trying to get my attention for something. He was just having a fun moment today, and I was his entertainment. So which was fine. Uh, because to me it really was funny that I had told him once again, said, "Throw something at me," and there we go. Um, Next time I'll be more specific and say, "Please not on something that's already uh has some pain." Um, and then and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. Well, I'm in a whole lot of races right now, but so which particular race are we talking about? Um, I think just all of them. Today was an intense day, and all my various therapies, doctor appointment. I can see how there were so many different races. Something different in each one, and now I'm doing this race with my knee, and then I'll be doing it with my shoulder. Um, I almost had an encounter with a very recent former abuser last week, and uh, it got taken care of very quickly before that person even noticed me. So I was dealing with that today in my regular therapy, and so that was very emotionally draining. So it's part of my fatigue. Um, and then I had an OT assessment, and actually with that, I improved on everything by a few seconds. So that's really really good. Um, I got some more labs back, and there's a praise report there. So um, a couple years ago, 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, I don't remember quite exactly, but discovered I had a vitamin D deficiency. I mean, it was almost zero. I think it was like 12 or 13, and so I had to start on vitamin D. And last year at this time, it had went up to like 29, and I've been sitting outside every day since last June, even for a few minutes, except for the surgery day and the day after. And um, my vitamin D has risen from 29 to 92. So I think that's a good thing. Um, so my labs are all like winning whatever race they're in. Um, so that just kind of is helpful for a lot of my other issues I have, or I can focus on some of the other issues because I don't even know how many neurological issues, but that all play a part in everything. So uh, I can focus more energy on recovering, healing from those, or whatever I have to do for those. So um, that is today. So I guess when be careful what you ask God for, because He may just choose that day to like give it to you exactly the way you ask for it. And people are always watching what we're doing. Um, so remember that, especially if you're a believer, people are watching. And then the race. We all have our races that we're running. And so if you're struggling with whatever race you're in, and then just offer again, you can go contact me on my email, and we can chat. But God is with you on whatever race you're in, and mm, so I think that's it for today. I'm gonna watch Scooter Renee LLC, and today's Tuesday, and it is. Let's go over here to her channel. And today is her auction, Slightly Unhinged Sanity Sold Separately. That's at 7:30 Central Time, so it's soon. Um, so watch that if you can. Um, uh, we'll see what happens tomorrow. What God puts in my life tomorrow, not what He throws at me, but what He puts in my life tomorrow. So thank you for listening, and I will have this done in the morning. So I will have it done.